This is TWiT.
Right on schedule, Google released the full Android 5.0 Lollipop SDK today to developers. I actually have it on my phone right here. About 2 weeks of a head start before the latest version of Android's mobile OS is made publicly available. The 5.0 SDK lets developers update their support libraries to implement Material Design, that's Google's new overall look for Android, as well as the lean-back user interface for TV apps. Android TV developers can expect more information on November 3rd about the distribution of apps through the Google Play Developer Console. The Nexus 6, Nexus 9, and Nexus Player will be the first set of devices to run Android 5.0 and will be available in early November. Around the same time, Google is set to roll out the Android 5 update worldwide to the Nexus 4, Nexus 5, Nexus 7, and Nexus 10 devices, as well as to Google Play Edition devices. And in other Android news, Hiroshi Lockheimer, that's Google's vice president of engineering for Android, is now also overseeing the engineering team behind Google's Chrome OS. Two people familiar with the matter tell the Wall Street Journal. This could be the next step of the company's mobile and desktop OSs emerging together, possibly. Google co-founder Sergey Brin has repeated since back in 2009 that Android and Chrome were likely to converge over time. Since 2013, both Chrome and Android groups have reported to Sundar Pichai, that's Google's senior vice president in charge of Android, Chrome, as well as apps. And back in June at Google I/O, the company announced an initiative for app developers to simplify the process of converting Android apps to run on Chrome. Not only would merging Google's two OSs simply work for developers who have currently have to create different versions of their apps for Google's two different platforms, but it could also simplify Google's marketing strategy. Android has already branched out beyond smartphones and tablets. Lollipop will also power in-dash car computers, wearable devices, and televisions. Ready for ads in your Snapchat feed? No? Well, too bad. Snapchat announced via blog post today that it's planning to do just that, with the warning that it's going to feel a little weird at first, but we're taking the plunge, they say, their words. The ads won't appear in private messages between friends, but under recent updates. That's the section of the app where people's daily stories show up. Users can decide whether they want to click to view the ads, and at least in the beginning, the ads won't be targeted. Although Snapchat has a reported 100 million monthly active users and turned away a Facebook $3 billion for it, it still remains to be seen if ephemeral or temporary messaging is a good fit for ads. The company addressed potential user concerns in its blog post, promising, quote, "We want to see if we can deliver an experience that's fun and informative the way ads used to be before they got creepy and targeted." On Wednesday, we told you about The Guardian's accusations that anonymous app Whisper's privacy policies misrepresent how the app actually works, and that the company was tracking the location of its users, even if they opted out of that feature. Nietzsche Zimmerman, who's the editor-in-chief at Whisper, tells GigaOM that The Guardian articles deliberately mislead how location data is used by the service and were designed to promote fear. Regarding The Guardian's claim that Whisper can track the location of users who work at a specific company or are serving on military bases, Zimmerman says, quote, "Within the context of the editorial operation, we absolutely 100% do not, in any way, shape, or form, track or even care about the location of anyone who did not opt in to the location feature," end quote. What's tricky about this story is that Whisper had been working closely with The Guardian for about 8 months as part of a partnership aimed at using the network to find interesting stories. So Zimmerman says the publication had full knowledge of the process, but exaggerated it for no reason. Zimmerman goes on to say that anonymity and privacy are different things. Although Whisper is an anonymous network, he said, it is also clearly public, so users know that their posts will be seen and can be searched. This could wind up as a case for the FTC, which is already looking into how popular apps like Whisper or Snapchat track users. Last week, reports pointed to Apple cutting off Bose and yanking Bose's headphones and speakers at its Apple Store locations. And poof, what do you know? They're gone. All Bose speakers and headphones have been completely removed from sale through the Apple online store, and several Apple retail stores locations have confirmed Bose inventory is no longer available there either. It was originally suspected that the ongoing patent dispute between Bose and Beats Electronics was the reason for Apple removing Bose products, because Bose had filed a patent claim against Beats, citing improper use of its noise cancellation technology. However, the two companies settled that dispute out of court, but There's more strife. The NFL is sponsored in part by Bose, which means Beats headphones aren't allowed on camera during NFL-related events. This has led to several NFL players being disciplined for wearing Beats headphones. Apple does still sell other competing headphone brands like Bowers & Wilkins, Urban Ears, RHA, Sennheiser, and others, which does suggest the Bose ban is personal.